We're entering the final stretch here in what may be, people think it might be, who knows? Honestly, the most amazing thing is nobody knows if it will be the closest presidential race of the century. It is deeply personal, though. Harris unleashing a new line of attack in the final days, questioning Trump's low energy.
I've been hearing reports that his team at least is saying he's suffering from exhaustion. And that's apparently the excuse for why he's not doing interviews. And of course, he's not doing the CNN town hall. He refuses to do another debate. And, look, being president of the United States is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world. And so we really do need to ask if he's exhausted being on the campaign trail. Is he fit to do the job?
All right, that comment got under the former president's skin. He has responded not once, but twice.
I've gone 48 days now without arrest, and I've got that loser who doesn't have the energy of a rabbit. Tell me when you've seen me take even a little bit of a rest. Not only am I'm not even tired. I'm really exhilarated. You know why? We're killing her in the polls. We'll go through it pretty quick, Dale, and then I'm going over to make a little speech in front of 10,000 people. You think this is an easy life I have, right? I go from here, I say, am I finished? They say, no, sir, you have one more speech. Oh, good, where is it?
Says he's exhilarated. So meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris tonight addressing a question that continually comes up. That is, what would she have done differently than Joe Biden?
I mean, to be very candid with you, even including Mike Pence, vice presidents are not critical of their presidents. I think that really actually, in terms of the tradition of it and also just going forward, it does not make for a productive and important relationship.
Jane, you heard that back and forth between Harris and Trump on the energy issue. Politico reported that he canceled interviews because of exhaustion. So I just wanted to play a little bit more of his reaction to Harris's comments about that. Here he is.
What event did I cancel? I haven't canceled. She doesn't go to any events. She's a loser. She doesn't go to any events. She didn't even show up for the Catholics last night at the hotel. It was insulting. All they are is sound bites. So today I was at Fox and Friends at 7 in the morning. I then went to 2 different other appearances. I then made about 15 phone calls.
And to be fair, he is doing a lot, right? He did go to the Al Smith dinner in New York last night. We were able to see him for the entire time that others were speaking. He was fully engaged. Harris sent that recorded video that we saw there. He did do that interview this morning, a roundtable this evening, a rally tonight. Is that not enough?
Well, I think given the fact that he fell asleep during an event today and the fact that his Fox and Friends interview featured, how can I put this, some nonsensical statements. Now, granted, the thing with Donald Trump is that, this is what he's been like for a long time. But I will say that the energy issue, it's clear that it is annoying him. It is clear that Harris bringing that up has annoyed him as he keeps bringing it up. And it's interesting because there are specific things you can do to annoy him. 1, accuse him of being low energy. And 2, do something on Fox that he doesn't like. And this is now twice that this has taken place. So I do think it's clearly an issue for him, or else he wouldn't keep bringing it up.
Well, it is under his skin, Aaron. Clearly, I mean, he's angered by it, which may be exactly why she's sort of picking at that scab.
Well, in the land of reality, the dog won't hunt that Donald Trump doesn't have energy, right? I mean, what has he done? 59 interviews to Kamala Harris's 26 since she was announced. He's more than doubled her at this point. And he's doing multiple events a day. But that's what both candidates should be doing. The exception to the rule shouldn't be that there might be a scheduling snafu and that Trump's team might be trying to put things on the calendar that don't firm up because of other things on the schedule. It's a presidential campaign. Everybody should be out there. They should be doing 3 rallies a day. You should be doing multiple roundtable events. You should be doing radio interviews and local television poll-asides the entire time. Both candidates should do it. And I would argue, and I think the facts would bear out, Donald Trump is doing a lot more of all of that than Kamala Harris is. And because she waited so long to try and engage voters and engage the media and talk through different outlets, that's why she's having to try to make up ground now, because she is slipping in the polls.
Now, Mark, she did do that interview with Fox this week that I know that Trump supporters found that say, oh, she didn't do well. her supporters felt she walked into the lion's den and she fought back and she's on fire, and that's how they saw it very differently. But everybody noticed that, including him. He noticed it. He brought it up at the Al Smith dinner last night that she had done that interview. Does it bother him that she did that? I mean, because there's got to be a part of him that said, okay, the lion's den take on that, he would see it the same way.
I think he's happier with her responses that they're going to use in future ads. I think Aaron is right. What really is the thing that bothers him, or what you've mentioned that really bothers him, is the fact that he's being attacked for his energy levels in the campaign trail. I ran the numbers. Since October 1st, the beginning of the month, in 18 days, he's done 28 events in 26 cities spread across 12 states. And when Kamala Harris says that he's hiding from the public and the press, that just drives him crazy. And she knows what she's doing, and so far it does seem to be working. He's swinging at every pitch.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Some of this is just about getting under someone's skin. So, Karen, I want to ask you about one of those many appearances that Trump did. Today was an interview that aired today with the former professional wrestler and media personality Tyrus, and I wanted to play one exchange that everyone is talking about. Here it is.
We need to see that fathers are capable of great things, because we've dealt with it, especially in the last 3.5 years, a complete dismemberment of what it is to be a man. We're under attack for everything.
We are. Well, actually, manhood is under attack. I see things that are so beautiful, and the next day I see them knocking the hell out of somebody for doing something that a day before I said, what a wonderful thing. No, we have to get back a little bit more.
Okay, Karen, I'll be honest, I don't really know what he was saying after the core point there, but he said manhood is under attack. Now, to be fair, that was in response to somebody who said a dismemberment of what it is to be a man, which let's just not take literally. But when he says manhood is under attack, is that effective with a certain group of voters? I mean, you can say, okay, well, I didn't know Maxim made endorsements, the magazine, but they did come out and endorse Trump today.
Yeah, look, he believes that, and we saw this, all the way back to 2016 when he was sort of, and frankly, years ago in the 80s, right, in New York, that was part of his swagger, right, that he was this kind of playboy, and that's kind of part of his definition of manhood, and that is something he has put forward time and time again. It's what that infamous, you can grab him by the you-know-what was all about. At the same time, I think men are a lot smarter, most men, than Donald Trump. I should say the majority of American men. I think they're smart enough to know that he's a huckster, and he's been trying to, he's selling a shtick. They can either buy it or not. I think they're smart enough to know that the lives of their daughters and their sisters and their mothers, the women in their lives, are in danger by some of the, by what Donald Trump would do. And I think they're smart enough to recognize that he is actually not going to be good for the bottom line, given that he's so into tariffs, which will increase inflation.
So, Mark, when Trump says, well, actually, manhood is under attack, there are times that he does say things for hyperbole's sake or whatever, but it would actually seem this is one of those ones he actually means. I don't know. Is that what you understand it to be?
Yeah, that's a general belief in Republican and conservative circles, and that's a dividing line that we're seeing in this campaign, where there was a recent article in the Washington Post that accused the Trump campaign of being fueled by too much toxic masculinity. And the Trump campaign read that as essentially an attack on Trump for just standing up for men. This is one of these kind of men are from Mars and women are from Venus sort of campaigns that we're looking at.